Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And I'm making this video to reaffirm the fact that we are commanded to love one another. And I love Jamaicans. One Jamaican wrote in the comment section, if you don't want us to watch your channel, just say you don't want us to watch your channel. Well, I do want you to watch my channel. And I have gotten pushback from Jamaicans as well as those from my own Black American community. A lot of people are concerned about stoking division among African descended people, and it is a legitimate concern. And I can accept constructive criticism, and I think a lot of it was constructive. A lot of it was angry, but a lot of it was constructive. And I know that respectfully. Now, how did I get there? How did I get to a place where I would take somebody, an Asian person, who is no friend of Black Americans, and sort of use her as a means of saying, okay, Jamaicans, this is your girl, or more or less. Black Americans have been very offended and hurt and angry by the fact that Black people of African descent have believed, repeated, and perpetuated lies told by white Americans about Black Americans, specifically going around the world telling everybody that we're lazy because they can't force us to work for nothing. Because that's what this is all about. Overwhelmingly, Black Americans are not poor by American standards. Sometimes they say we have a 14% poverty rate. Sometimes they say we have a 17% poverty rate. That still says that over 80% of Black Americans are living above the poverty line according to white people's own statistics. And they will compare us to them and say, well, they have a 17% poverty rate, which is twice as high as the white people. They've been free. They've been free to make as much money as they could from the minute they set foot in this hemisphere. They have never been enslaved. They've never worked from sun up to sundown and then have to give everything they worked for over to another group of people. You do that for 300 and something years and you ought to be on your feet by now. Black people have had to start from scratch over and over again. They ought to have more than we have, and I don't even know why they compare us to them. But they want to do that to make themselves look good. And it seems that no matter what white people do all over the world, people still believe what they say. Even as they say, well, America's doing this to our country. They're doing that to our country. You believe what they're doing to you, but you don't believe what they do to us. That's one of the reasons why it's disappointing to me that Black people believe what these people say. And so people from the Caribbean and other parts of the world migrate to the United States for the economic opportunities. Because even though they say, oh, Babylon is falling, but they're still coming. And you come for economic opportunity, which makes all of the sense in the world. The only problem is too many people feel like they got to put Black Americans down because they need a job. Well, I'm going to put you down. I'm coming over to work because you don't work hard. You're lazy. You're repeating the white people's talking point. You're playing into their hand as much as you say what I'm saying is being divisive. You're doing something that's also very divisive. America is a very big economy. Black Americans do all kinds of things in this economy. But working for $5 an hour or $7 an hour is not something that most black American descendants of slavery are going to do. That doesn't mean we're lazy. That means that I'm just going to do something else. So they say we're losing $50 billion a year because black men won't work. They are losing $50 billion a year because black men won't do what they want them to do so they can make that $50 billion. Not because the black men are going to benefit from it. So black men will do other kinds of jobs so they can make a livable wage. That doesn't mean that black men are not working because they're not working on the jobs that they want them to work so they can make $50 billion. And everybody believes what they say. So that is a part of the problem. I'm going to acknowledge that video was divisive. It was divisive. Doesn't mean I don't love Jamaicans. Doesn't mean I don't want them to watch my channel. I do. What it does mean is that I can regulate my tone. And I can make different kinds of video. Because in another world, I would have said something about that Asian woman. In another frame of mind, I would have said something to her because I felt like she was out of order. I really felt like she was out of order. But because this tension has grown, I took another approach. But again, I will acknowledge that that was not the best approach. And I'm going to end by saying that I do love the Jamaican people because really, black Americans and the people of the Caribbean have the most in common of any black people. Because we got to the Western Hemisphere the same way. Some of us are in the Northwestern Hemisphere and some of us are in the Southwestern Hemisphere. But we all got here the same way. Now, some people say they were already here. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about those of us who came out of Africa on slave ships. So we have the most in common. We are not lazy because we don't want to work a job so white men can make $50 billion a year and the black man is not making enough money to take care of his family. So please don't forget, Dr. Martin Luther King lost his life in Memphis advocating for black sanitation workers because the city of Memphis did not want to pay them a livable wage. And Dr. King blew the issue up and made it a national issue because he said you have got to pay these men enough money to take care of their families. And we know what happened to him. He was gunned down for saying things like that. And there are other things in America that we could talk about that are being done against black people. But it is very hurtful and it's very offensive when other black people take the side, because that's what you're doing. You're taking the side of these white people against black people. So I'm just calling it like I see it. But that doesn't mean I don't love you. And I will make an effort to be more uniting. I can't think of a better word right now. I will make an effort to do that. But everybody needs to check what they're doing and what they're saying. And I know this doesn't apply to all Jamaicans. I know some of y'all are just as sweet and loving as you can be. But I'm talking to the ones who were angry at me. You are probably some of those people that are repeating these stereotypes. So you need to check yourself too. But I'm going to end. I love Jamaicans and I want you to watch my channel and I want you to let me know how you feel because then that'll help me do better videos. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.